Hi, this is Pankaj. First update we are getting from the Google. Google launched app that lets bank remotely lock your Android device. As modern smartphones continue to become more advanced, the price of the device are increasing at an alarming rate. So, in order to help customer, many major smartphone manufacturers like Apple and Samsung provide credit facility to help them pay the amount as monthly installment. However, for any unexpected circumstances, if you cannot pay the installment, your credit provider may lock some important function of your device. And to help them to do so, Google released a dedicated app for banks or creditors. The device lock control app from Google lets financer of smartphones remotely lock an Android device. It uses the device admin service API in Android system and enable banks and financiers to lock significant functionalities of your Android device if you fail to make your monthly payment. With the device lock, user will be able to access very limited functions in their smartphone. These include emergency call, incoming and selected outgoing call setting and backup and restore services. Now surprisingly, the device lock controller app does not appear when you search for it on the Google Play Store, and nor does it on the Google Play Store appear in the list of apps made by the Google. However, if the customer could not pay an installment after 4 days of its due date, Safaricom locked the device with the Google app. That's one way of using brute force to make user pay their EMI on time. Second update we are getting from the Huawei. Huawei new smartphone look much like that the new iPhone 12. Every year when Apple launches its iPhone model, other smartphone manufacturer eventually tends to copy something from the device. Even if users criticize at first, it happened when the Apple removed the headphone jack, and it's happened at the time of infamous notch in the iPhone 10. Now, Huawei seem to have shamelessly copied the design of the latest iPhone 12 and incorporated it into its latest smartphone now. This year, unlikely previous times, critics actually praise the new iPhone boxy iPhone 4 like design of the latest iPhone. Hence, Huawei jumped the ship immediately and went on to make their own iPhone resembling smartphone with the same boxy design and sharp edges. Apart from the physical design, the Nova 8 SE also feature a camera module similar to the one at the back of the iPhone 12. It is a square module that houses the camera and create a little bump at the back. However, unlike iPhone 12 dual camera setup, Huawei Nova 8 SE comes with a quad camera setup with 64 megapixel primary lens and 8 megapixel secondary lens and 2 megapixel lenses. It also has a 16 megapixel front camera to keep up with your selfie needs. Coming to the processor and other geeky stuff, Huawei new device is powered by MediaTek Dimensity 720 SoC, much like the latest real-time phone. However, the company is planning to launch another model with the Dimensity 800U chipset, and according to the reports, it will run Android 10 out of the box. So, you can imagine from the basic specs, the Nova 8 SE is much like any other mid-ranger in the market. However, the uncanny resemble to Apple iPhones is what made the third update we are getting from the Nokia N95. Nokia N95 user shows off unreleased modern Nokia N95 reboot with sliding speaker array. Although modern smartphones have become advanced and all, this new device cannot bring the feel of smartphone of the previous decade. As a result, we have seen companies like Motorola bringing back its iconic Moto Razr in new, modern form factor, and it is already in its way to launch its second generation. Similarly, according to recent sliding in the YouTube videos, Nokia has a prototype of modern iteration of one of its most feature packed devices. The Nokia N95. Now, if you are having trouble re-bringing the Nokia N95, let me jog your memory. The device came out with the few months before Steve Jobs unveiled the first iPhone, and it had a form factor which was ahead of its time. It had a dual way slide function which lets users slide the display panel upward or downward. When slide upward, users were able to access the traditional keypad underneath, and when the slide downward, a set of multimedia buttons appeared at the top edge of the device. This design was pretty amazing for its time and brought a lot of useful feature on the plate. So, according to the recent video from popular tech YouTubers Mr. Mobile, Nokia had plans to review the N95 with the modern form factor, much like they did with the 3310. They even made a prototype for it. Although it is a non functional device, the prototype shows a physical form factor of the phone in all its glory. Now, from the front, it looked like any other modern smartphone with the slab-like design. However, there is a hidden slide function that enables the display panel of the devices to slightly slide down horizontally. This reveals a thin panel containing an array of speaker grills, a wide and an ultra-wide angle camera, and a flash. It also has 3.5 mm headphone jack at the bottom, which is rare these days. So the idea of the modern N95 was to deliver an immersive multimedia experience to user by combining the horizontal slide down design and the kickstand at the back. This would have also enabled users to use the device for high quality video calls and even a smart alarm clock. However, HMD, the parent company of Nokia, decided to shelve the project of unknown reasons, but they sent the prototype of device Michael Fisher, the host of Mr. Mobile, which he showcased in this latest throwback video about N95. You can check out the entire 9-minute video below. The prototype device shows up at 6-minute mark. The fourth update we are getting from the Razer headphones. Razer's new gaming headphones are made for the Xbox Series. As we get closer and closer to the launch date of the next generation gaming console from Sony and Microsoft, many third-party manufacturers are launching decaded accessories ahead of their launch. Now, Razer has jumped on the bandwagon with the introduction of its new gaming headphone design for the upcoming Xbox Series X and Series S console. Now coming to the new headphones, the Kiara and Kiara Pro are pretty similar to each other. However, other than the price tag, there are a couple of significant differences between the two. So both the headphones will connect to the Xbox console wirelessly, but unlikely the Kiara and Kiara Pro has Bluetooth 5.0, which give its ability to connect to any other mobile devices with Bluetooth speaker. Apart from connecting the Xbox console, also the Kiara Pro comes with Razer signature Chroma RGB lighting underneath the three-headed snake logo on each of the ear cups. Moreover, there seemed to be a bigger battery inside a Kiara Pro as compared to the standard variant. According to the Razer spec sheet, Kiara Pro offers 15 hours of battery life with the chroma lighting and 20 hours without it. On the other hand, the Kiara can last only up to 15 hour on the single charge. Now, apart from the above differences, both the headset have a similar set of features. They both are powered by Razer's custom design and patented Triforce Titanium 50 drivers to deliver richer trebles, brighter sound, and powerful bass. The physical design of both the headset is also indistinguishable, and they both come with swelling ear cups with Razer Floknit memory foam ear cushions. On top, the bottom set of both versions are also similar. However, unlike the Kiara, the Kiara Pro comes with the dedicated Bluetooth 5.0 button. So if you are planning to get any of the next generation console of Microsoft, then do check this new headset from Razer's. Kiara comes with price tag of $100 and Kiara Pro is $150. They both are available in Razer's offline official online store. The fifth update we are getting from the Reddit. How to create your cute personalized avatar using Reddit app. Reddit, as we all know, is a community driven social platform, and the developers often add features to help its users connect with each other more, express themselves freely. So, in order to help user build to Reddit identity for themselves, the developer announced a brand new avatar builder for them. Now, Reddit has had its avatar builder since way back from 2015. However, the developers so that they have not had time to improve it until now. Moreover, with this new upgrade, the developers added a lot of new Halloween themed cosmetic items to add to your avatar. You can even add a mask to your avatar to encourage other Redditors to wear them. However, most of these themed items are exclusively to premium members. Nonetheless, you can use the avatar builder to create your own personal avatar for your Reddit profile. It will be displayed on your profile as profile hovercraft.